hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip
Bars is
Yo,
back.
you heard, brother?
hop.
You
Yo,
good?
my bad, man. The sound went crazy.
We dealing with that shit, bro. It's all good, man.
Yes, sir. Now, before we left, I don't know if you heard the question. But I asked you about the Outlaws. Then I asked you, was you around the time that Tupac did the Hit 'Em Up diss?
I wasn't.
Okay.
I may have been there. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? Because there was a few studios in there. You feel me? And we used to run back and forth. I was there when he done a lot of Machiavelli though. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I'm not sure, but
Now, before we was
but
talking
I
about
was definitely around at that time for sure.
right now, before we was talking about, you said you thought Tupac probably knew his time was short. I think one way that we kind of knew it was in his music. It seemed like he had like a preoccupation with death and talked about death a lot. Him and Biggie. So do you think in a way that he maybe, also knew and was kind of like really bracing himself for that death because he said it in his music a lot and talked about death.
I mean, I just felt like he was preparing for a speedy rise to the top, and he didn't know what was going to be waiting for him there, if that makes sense. Because a lot of the shit that, it was a lot of shit that was going on back in NY, and cats that was some serious dudes that shit was popping off with. And it was no fucking internet and all that shit. So, niggas don't even really know I don't even know the full story. I'm pretty sure it's some shit that certain cats took to their grave, or certain cats walking around here still probably holding grudges on a dead man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit ain't nothing to play with. Niggas is on a little rap shit, you feel me, and running around playing gangsters. But in our era, niggas was not going to the gram or doing it for the gram. You know what I mean? There was no
Mhm.
fraudulent in that shit, and no reason to be fraudulent. You know what I'm saying? So that whole element just brought a whole other range of terror to the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed. We had Coolio on a couple of days ago, and he was talking about his relationship with Pac, and he said that it kind of went sideways when he started joining the gang and went into death row, and he was surprised that Pac joined the gang in his 20s. It's the first time I ever heard that kind of perspective from somebody, one of his friends. What do you think about that? Did it change Pac getting into death row and kind of getting into a different lifestyle if he wasn't in a lifestyle? Because it seemed like he was kind of always in it to some degree.
You want to know some fucking crazy shit?
Yep.
And I was around on a daily basis. For years, nigga, I defended Pac on that very fact right there, that he wasn't on no gang bang blood shit. And I tell you why. I mean, to be real with you, this nigga Pac was a cool nigga. You know what I'm saying? And he gonna make everybody feel like they stirred the soup. If it was good, everybody's gonna feel like they was a part of it. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to break niggas' heart and shit, but that nigga ain't give a fuck about being no fucking blood. Are you fucking kidding me? We talking about Tupac Shukar, opposed to niggas who had no clue of what the fuck they was about to do tomorrow. Like, and this is no disrespect to no nigga that was around, or no niggas that's Crips or Bloods or essays, but we're not talking about a lot of niggas who thrive to be intellectual giants. Niggas is, really around. You feel me? I don't want to say dumb as a fucking box of rocks, but not inspiring to be intelligent. And if they are, they're trying to bottle that shit up and act dumb as a box of rocks. So what I'm saying is that nigga's personality would only, it was a bag attached to that. And I'm finna do whatever I have to do. He was that type of nigga. That nigga was going to war every time he was with himself, because he knew that, listen, I'm finna hurry up and do these fucking albums. and I'm out of here.
Hmm.
That's what niggas ain't saying. Niggas want to put it on. He worked fast. He was trying to hurry up and do those fucking albums because he knew that the charade was starting to become real.
Oh shit.
You feel me? Like Pac don't give a fuck about no fucking gangbanging, bro.
Man.
He didn't, and I'm gonna say this. The reason I said that is because I've never seen that nigga ever once ever in my fucking life, never with a red rag on. Never. He never had no red rag in his hand. He's never walked up to me and said, "What's up, blood?" Never. Not once. I've never heard that nigga say that in a crowded room full of people. Not once.
Was it you think it was some industry shit?
Nah, because that means it was some faking. What it was is, okay, this is not hypothetical. This is actual.
All right.
I fuck with some DC niggas that I started going out there on some rap shit. And this was some, back in the day, early 2000s. Me and actually Yuckmouth start going out there on some rap shit. I start going back after the concert. Feel me? I start going back on some street shit. Ended up fucking with these niggas, right? Fucking with these niggas. To where I'm seen all the time with these niggas. And yeah, it's some love there. But I might say Mo a couple times. Mike went up Georgia Avenue, bought me some Nike boots. Nigga, might have ate at to put some mumbo sauce on a few chicken wings around this bitch.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't from DC though. And it's a bag attached. So when I'm going to DC, I'm going to act as if you're not staring at a California nigga. And I'm going to make these niggas feel as comfortable as possible. Not to say that I'm any smarter than them. I'm using this as a reference to a nigga who was intellectually superior than anybody that we're talking about. And all due respect to any one of those guys, we're talking about a fucking genius. We don't know where this nigga is going to end up on the scale of the Martin Luther Kings, the Malcolm. I mean, we praised them and they were dope, but we don't know where this nigga's going to end up on the scale because we're still breathing the same oxygen that he breathed.
Crazy.
You was telling us